core commitments are more like a framework, right? Or kind of guidelines for how we live our life. So the things that underlie how we behave in the world. So in the formulation phase, creating a vision is really important. And again, this is useful whether you're in the formulation phase or not, because it's something that you end up revisiting over and over again. So core commitments are those things that no matter where you are in your life, what relationship you're in, where you live, what your job is like, how much money you have, are the things that you're most dedicated to. Right? They're the things that no matter what decision you make, never change. Right? No matter where you are, emotionally, physically, locationally, these things never change. So, any ideas about what your core commitments might be? And I can tell you some of mine if that's helpful to start with. Yes, Senta.
To be more loving.
So core commitments, it's not a hope, right? It's not a desire. It's what are you committed to being loving, right? Not to be more loving, but you're committed to being loving. That's something. So the question is, in your life, if you look at your life, is being loving and or caring something that you carry with you like all the time, that you are constantly like, this is, it's kind of like a moral almost, right? Or an ethic, but it's more than that, because our morals and ethics might change over time. These things don't change. So, true? Okay. Being loving. Okay, what else might be
Being a yoga teacher no matter what. Is that too big?
It's just it's too specific in terms of it's a vocation, in terms of a quality.
It's being a yoga teacher no matter what.
If you dive into that, teaching.
Yeah.
So like no matter what in your life, you know that teaching is something that lights you up and is like always going to be a part of it. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, and teaching.
I have a question and comment.
Uh-huh.
So I've looked at this a bit from also a place that you have hidden commitments. So certain commitments that you might not be aware that you are keeping that are not necessarily unconscious.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
That so I'm thinking, like a core commitment I have is.
Uh-huh. I see your point, and I think you're right. It's important to shine light on that. For the purposes of this exercise and this framework, I want you to think about the things in your life that have positively influenced you. So not that I don't want you to do that and to look deeper, but I want you to try to, for this exercise, stay focused on the things that you know have resonated in your life, that have kind of brought you back to your center in a healthy, positive way, right? So teaching and being loving.
I need help with nature.
Absolutely being in nature. Totally, absolutely committed to no matter what in my life, I'm in touch with nature. I'm somewhere where I can see the mountains and see the ocean. That's absolutely one. So nature. Healthy living, yeah.
With a little,
To stay balanced.
balance, yeah.
Well, one of mine would be moderation.
Yeah, moderation.
In all things, moderation, really. Like no matter what I'm deciding, whether I'm having a glass of wine, I'm deciding to have coffee, I'm deciding whether to go have my 10th massage in a month. It's like moderation in all things. So absolutely, right? A core commitment. When I'm thinking about who I am and how I am in the world, it's like moderation. That feels so good. That's what I want to lean into. I want to keep coming back. It's like
Balance.
balance. Absolutely. So we're trying to kind of define our center. right? Where's this place that even if we get lost or distracted, I know that I need to be near the mountains. I know I need to walk out in the morning and smell the ocean air, no matter what's going on in my life, right? What else?
To keep evolving.
Personal growth.
Yeah.
Friendships.
Can I put relationships?
Yes.
I'll just assume that we mean healthy relationships.
Not dysfunctional.
One of mine is creativity.
Yes.
I'm just so clear about that. That's why I work for myself. I mean, I don't know how many times I've had discussions with my husband about like, well, wouldn't it be easier if you just got a job?
If he did?
No, if I did. Just go get a job. Or him. He works for himself too. So it's like, nope. Because I am really clear about this.
Yeah.
And it's not that I couldn't be creative working for somebody else, but I'm also really clear that I need freedom. Freedom, space, choice.
Is that one of your qualities?
It would be one of mine.
One of mine would be dependability.
Being dependable. Mm-hmm. One of mine is also generosity. You know, it's so interesting, and I would just encourage you to notice every time, like teaching, I love that. That's not actually ever been on my list, but should be on my list. Whenever I talk about my core commitments, I write them down or I'm working with them. And when I'm saying them now, I just get like giddy. I get really excited. And I just think that resonates so deeply for me. It's so clear that no matter what the choice, whether it's to, wake up at 7 or to sleep for 15 more minutes, or if it's like whether to have a child or not, these things help me know who I am, right? These things feel so solid. It's just interesting. So to recognize potentially in yourself that visceral experience of like, yeah, financial wealth. I'm not getting a whole lot of, that's nice. Of course, I want that too. But like, how high does that rev you up, to just notice? And notice that even though the pattern is to judge it, that being generous can still be a core commitment. This is not...
You don't do it perfectly.
Right, and it's not about that. It's not about how well we do these things or how well we attend to these things, but it's just like putting them on. I'm putting on my generosity coat. Like I just...
Contributing is something that has come...
Perfect. Wonderful.
And,
I think, and that's, like I just got goosebumps. Like that's right on. Like that's what you're looking for. So even though the negative self-talk is there, that's just, okay, it's there. And all these other things can still be true and still have these.
What you find when you find awareness and insight in those things, that you can kind of bring them up, they've been down there, just bring them up and look at it.
Well, right, you say hi, you shake its hand, you give it a squeeze, sit it in the chair in the corner. You're like, all right, negative self-talk.
Yeah, it's never going to just...
And stop trying to push it away, right? Because what does resistance create? More resistance, right? We're going to be talking about later today about change and motivation, and how when you argue with a student or somebody whose mind you're trying to change or somebody who you're trying to evoke change in, that what do you get? You just get you just get more argumentation, right? You take a side, and so they deliberately take the opposite side. You do that in yourself.
Are you talking about marriage? No.
Well, I'm talking about any relationship, really. Okay, so do you have a list of core commitments yet?
Yep.
Scratch down? Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do is I'm going to pass around this little tablet of paper, grab a piece, and on the back I want you to write one core commitment, okay, of yours, and then you're going to put it in the bowl. It's anonymous. You're not going to sign it or anything. Paper, one core commitment, put it in the bowl. Got it? Simple instructions. That's it. Get to it.